17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically outlaw.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we got a lot to talk about. There's so much going on. Shout out to everybody that watches the show. I appreciate you taking the time. We've been getting a lot of good feedback, and people have been leaving some great comments, and I thank you for that. It really shows me that I'm going in the right direction. People are saying how much I improved over the years, and I'm just trying to put the best content out there for you guys, and I appreciate you. I really do. So today, we're going to talk about this big memorial run out there in Canada. But before we get into that, there's been some developments. These 2 lawmakers were shot and killed out in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm not sure if it happened in Minneapolis, but they're from Minnesota. They're Minnesota lawmakers. So Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman killed and State Senator John Hoffman wounded in targeted political violence. A manhunt is now underway for a gunman who was impersonating a police officer. This is crazy. A Minnesota state representative and her husband were shot and killed, and a state senator and his wife were shot and wounded in an act of targeted political violence at their homes early Saturday. Minnesota Governor Tampon Timmy Walz said a manhunt is now underway for the gunman who was impersonating a police officer. Now listen, I cannot stand Tampon Timmy, but there's no reason for all this political violence with all the unrest that's going on. I don't get political at all. I don't like any of them. I think they're all crooks. They all have their hand in our pocket. But this is insane. And all the violence is way uncalled for. So, State Representative Melissa Hortman, a Democrat, and her husband were shot and killed in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination, Tampon Timmy said at a news conference. Hortman, formerly the Speaker of Minnesota House of Representatives, was a formidable public servant, the governor said, and his friend. She's irreplaceable. Well, I hope every person on this planet is irreplaceable, Tampon Timmy. State Senate John Huffman, a Democrat, and his wife were both shot multiple times and underwent surgery, the governor said. We are cautiously optimistic that they will survive this assassination attempt, Tampon Timmy said. The two shootings, locations, were a few miles away from each other in Champlin and Brooklyn Park, just north of Minneapolis. I know exactly where Brooklyn Park is. I used to get my hair cut there when I lived in Minneapolis. Huffman and his wife were shot around 2 a.m. in Champlin. Superintendent of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, Drew Evans, said. After Huffman was shot, officers were headed to a proactivity check-in on Hoffman when they encountered the suspect at Hoffman's home around 3:35 a.m., Evans said. The officers found a person who was dressed as a police officer wearing a vest and a badge with a taser and other equipment at the door coming out of Hortman's house, police said. The suspect fired at officers. Gunfire was exchanged, and the suspect was able to escape and flee on foot, authorities said. The suspect's vehicle, which looked like a police vehicle, including police lights, was in Huffman's driveway, authorities said. The list of other possible targets were retrieved from the suspect's vehicle, authorities said. So this guy got away, and they have his vehicle, and there was a list of people that he wanted to off. That's crazy. That is insane. It says police had that list, and there was many lawmakers on it, including the victims. Security resources have been dispatched to protect those people named on the list. The gunman did say something to the victim, police said, but authorities did not reveal what that was. President Donald Trump has been briefed on the shooting and said such horrific violence will not be tolerated. The House Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt, posted on social media. Attorney General Pam Bondi said she is closely monitoring the situation. This is horrific. Violence will not be tolerated and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, she said in a statement. So listen, it doesn't matter what side you're on. All this shit is way uncalled for. Like, there is no reason to do this to someone else. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican. I don't care what you believe in. There's no room for this type of shit. And all this violence that's going on with the riots and people doing crazy stuff, like knock it off. You're not helping your cause at all by doing that. House Speaker Mike Johnson also condemned the violence, saying its very leader must condemn it. Democratic National Committee Chair Ken Martin, formerly the Minnesota Democratic Party chair, said he's friends with both Hoffman and Hortman. Speaker Hortman was a leader in every single sense of the word, from ushering in free lunch for kids to protecting women's rights. Oh, so she was protecting women's rights, unlike Tampon Timmy, who wants men in women's sports. And she protected reproductive care to standing up for Minnesota families, Martin said in a statement. Melissa was also a close friend who I've known since the very start of her political career. She was someone I personally relied on for advice, counsel, and friendship, and I am beyond words. As I said many times when I introduced her at events, she's the very best speaker of the House of Minnesota ever had. This senseless violence must end. These heinous murders are a reflection of the extremists and political violence that have been fomented in our country, Martin said. Today, we recommit ourselves to fighting harder for the values that Melissa and Mark embody, building a kinder, more just and loving world. If this murderer thinks we will be silenced, he's wrong. With the manhunt under, I can't believe he got away. This dude was in the driveway. He had a police car. He's dressed in police uniform. He shoots at the cops and boom, he gets away. How does that happen? With the manhunt underway, police are urging the community members to be cautious. Brooklyn Park is under a shelter-in-place order, police said. Police warn that if an officer comes to your door, call 911 to confirm the officers are supposed to be there. Police are asking them not to open their doors for a lone police officer. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, that's where I lived when I was in Minnesota. Licensed officers are working in pairs, they said. Tampon Timmy warned, out of abundance of caution, Minnesotians should not attend any political rallies in the state until the suspect is caught. So he is asking for you not to attend the No Kings rally in their state. That's a pretty wild thing that someone is out there doing that. It's really crazy. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for everything you do for this channel. I really appreciate you. Slow Ride, what's going on? How are you? 57 Straight Leg, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Rory, what's good? Stacks, finally got you live. It's been a while. Well, thank you for attending. I appreciate it. Dick Trickle, how are you? What's good? Thank you for joining me today. Joe Blunts. We got Joe Blunts in the house. So, yeah, it's raining. I wonder if that's going to affect the rallies they're having. I think it's all pointless, all of it. You're not going to get anywhere doing the things that they're doing. Just insane. I don't know where people get their thought process at. Like, where do they think any of the shit they're doing is going to help their cause? Do they really think so? You know what it's going to do? It's going to target those that need to be out of here. Because if you're in public committing violence and smashing things and throwing rocks at police and yelling absurdities at police, there's no place for you here. That's not called protesting. That's called being a terrorist, the things that they're doing. Burning cop cars. So somebody last night in New York City lit a whole row of cop cars on fire. And I don't think they caught that person either. They put incendiary devices on these cop cars and lit them all on fire. It's insane. I mean, if I can get a picture, I'm going to show you guys. But today we're talking about this guy, Rick. His name is Rick Ciarniello, I believe. Ciarniello. An estimated 1,500 people across Canada attended Celebration of Life in Surrey. And the police are on guard. They are watching this event like a hawk. They are everywhere. A lot of Hell's Angels from all over the country, from the U.S., all over Canada, have showed up in force. And they are deep. These are pictures from the event. And other clubs, you know, when a major figure in one of these clubs passes away, they send representatives from all over the country from different clubs to go there and pay their respects. I'm not sure if they would send a representative from the opposite clubs, but it's possible. I mean, it has happened in the past where they have sent like someone from the Outlaws or the Banditos or, you know, and pictures from events like this have sparked wars. There has been times where a rival club member will go to one of these events and say, let's just say it's a Hell's Angel event, because this happened before. And I think it was a Bandito or something like that. They went to a funeral, and they were like, there was a picture of one of them hugging on a Hell's Angel. And the rivals did not like it, and they ended up getting beat for it. I believe it was a support club it happened to, too. I mean, it happens quite a bit. But this, see the cop taking the pictures? On the right, they are not fucking around. They are monitoring this like an eagle. I mean, there's members from all over. I think all over the world, to tell you the truth. This guy was very well liked. He was like the public liaison for the public. He would be the one to speak if there was any issues going on. He would be the one to address the public. And he died right after his birthday, a couple days. Like literally a couple days after his birthday. Crazy. But these are pictures from the memorial. So it says an estimated 1,500 people from across Canada attended the celebration of life in Surrey for longtime Hell's Angel member Rick Ciarniello. I might be pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize if I am. Who died in March. He was one of the original Hells Angels member who patched over in early 1980s from a biker club called Satan's Angels. Staff Sergeant Lindsay Holton of the Surrey Police Services said Thursday, June 12th, outside of a banquet hall where the celebration of life was taking place. Before the service started, about 1,000 motorcycles traveled from a Hells Angels club in Coquitlam along Highway 1 to Highway 15 exit in Surrey, then along Highway 17 to Bridgeview Drive, from Bridgeview Drive to King George Boulevard, from King George Boulevard to 120th Street. Police could be seen a major intersection along the route, ensuring safety of drivers and pedestrians. A procession ended at the Area Banquet Hall located at 12300 block at Patello Place in Surrey around noon. Not everyone who attended the service was a member of an outlaw motorcycle gang, it says. Come on! This is like their mourning, right? They're paying tribute to one of their fallen members. And it says right here, not everyone who attended the service was a member of an outlaw motorcycle gang, though. Friends, family, and acquaintances. You'll have friends, family, and family comes to this, the police said. But police know how to distinguish the difference between attendees. Hells Angels and affiliated clubs were dressed in their colors, the police said, as common as there are a lot of rules involved with being a member of the Hells Angels. When they're on their bikes, they have to wear their colors. They have to wear something that signifies what outlaw motorcycle gang they're a part of, they said. They can't use the word club, like they have to use the word gang, right? They have a lot of rules around what they can and can't wear. Police said they have known about the service and the motorcycle procession for a few weeks. The service also drew a large crowd of police presence outside the banquet hall Thursday afternoon, with many officers with multiple jurisdictions across Lower Mainland. These events are very valuable for police in terms of intelligence gathering. These events are important to police, not just in terms of seeing who's attending, but it's really important for us to see who's associating with each other. Affiliations of outlaw motorcycle gang world are really important for police to see who is being supported by who. So these cops are using this as a way to distinguish who they're fighting with, who they're not fighting with. You see, there's a club right there. I can't really tell what the name is, but there was a whole bunch of other clubs there. It wasn't just Hell's Angels. It's probably support clubs and all kinds. And the cops are there deep. See, there's a bunch of clubs there with the crosses on the back. That kind of look like Cosa. I mean, that's a pretty damn big procession, don't you think? So it also helps the police to see who has been elevated from one-piece patch to two-piece patch to three-piece. In order for them to do that, they need the permission and support of the Hells Angels. So they can't just throw on a patch and say, oh, I'm this. That's what they're saying. We've seen it time and time again. Whether it's a full charter or a full patch member of the Hells Angels, members working together, whether that's over the years or grow marijuana, import cocaine, or consider or even conspiracies to commit murder. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind, in the mind of the police in British Columbia, that this is an organized crime group, she said. Wow. Members from the Hells Angels and other outlaw motorcycle gangs support club are expected to be in Surrey area until Sunday, according to police. The detective said he understands that members of the public might feel anxious when they see the group of bikers, but added that there will be additional officers working through the weekend to ensure everyone stays safe. Special attention will be paid to restaurants and bars throughout the city to prevent gang-related incidents. You should probably expect, if there's a group of bikers, there's a pretty good chance that police will be somewhere nearby. The Hells Angels motorcycle gang, it says. It's not a gang, it's a club. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club was founded in 1948 in California and established a presence in British Columbia in July of 1983. One of the founders of the Hells Angels, there, a famous quote, I'm paraphrasing, that they call themselves 1% of outside of regular law-abiding motorcycle riders and enthusiasts. Now, I can get you guys, let me see if I can get this. I have a video of them pulling up. Let me see. So how's everyone doing out there? What you guys' weekend filled with? Anything fun? Nancy's doing great. She's resting right now. You know, it's raining out, so she's trying to get her rest. She's doing good. She's really big. She's really getting big. All right, let me see this. I got a clip of them. And I think that's cars, and then there's bikes in back of the cars. I mean, there's a lot of bikers. A lot. Wait till you see this bike that I'm trying to get. Wait till you see it. You're going to be like, wow. Look, the police right there. Like, the police are on them. That's right in front of the clubhouse, too. The clubhouse right there on the left. And he's just standing there blatantly taking pictures. See the clubhouse? You can see the death head. Cops are not fucking around out there. But yeah, there's supposed to be tons of people there. Hey, Big Boy Blue, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, they're everywhere. They know you by name. 100%. I believe it. Opie, what's going on? Mark, what's good? The Comancheros. Shout out to the Comancheros. I'm supposed to be interviewing a Finks member. A former Finks. The Finks. Yeah, it's a crazy summer already. It just started, right? Summer just started. So it's gonna just get crazier and crazier. I mean, this is if this is what we're to expect this summer, then we're in for a fucking long summer. Especially with everything that's going on with the shootings and the protests and the shit's just starting to get nice out. So, what do you guys think's in store for this summer? And not to mention that they just arrested all those people out in Indiana for jumping the black man out there. They are absolutely screwed. Here's all the suspects in that situation. They have all been arrested and charged. I'm surprised, though, they haven't been charged with any federal crimes. And this coming up week, I got a video to show you guys of some Mongols trying to intimidate another rider out in California. But it doesn't go as planned. This guy was not scared of these guys. He was not scared at all. Like, not even a little bit. I mean, sometimes they think they can intimidate you. And, I mean, this goes for any club out there. But this guy, he was not having it. He was like, I don't give a shit, whatever you say. They wanted him to ride a certain way. And we're going to go over that next week. But like the shooting out there in North Carolina, there was a time when they got along. Look, there's the outlaws right there with the pagans and the Mongols. And what happened? Why does it end up fracturing their relationship? I mean, they used to be good. I mean, it looks right there like the pagans are in the clubhouse. You can see the picture on the wall right there is the Charlie. It's like, where does their relationship go bad? This is the morning of the shooting out there. But we're going to have more information about that. But this situation is getting crazy. These guys are in for it. Let me see if there's anything new transpiring about that. I mean, they're really warning the public about this situation, about the Hells Angels gathering. I mean, they're going there to mourn someone. They're not going there to start trouble, I don't believe. So I don't know why they're like, you know. So here's this story. 6 outlaw club members arrested for Pike's Pub attack. This is in Indiana. We have received an update from the Allen County Sheriff's Department on assault that was caught on camera before it went viral. The video and coverage garnered significant interest and support of the community for the victim, James Simmons. Officials say now that 6 alleged members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club are in custody for their involvement in the seemingly racially motivated attack of Simmons at Pike's Pub on May 30th, just outside of Fort Wayne. This is the immediate press release. This is when it first happened. A multi-agency investigation that led to the arrest of 6 individuals for a violent assault that occurred on Friday night, May 30th, 2025 at Pike's Pub. The Allen County Sheriff's Department, along with partners in Allen County Adult Probation, Allen County Prosecutor's Office, and a bunch of other police departments, New Haven Police Department, Shawnee Township, Auburn Police Department, Fort Wayne Police Department, Indiana State Police, Huntington Police Departments, U.S. Military Police Corps, holy shit, and the FBI all worked together in the apprehension of these suspects, so they weren't fucking around. The incident was captured by a bystander's phone, quickly spread on social media. The video showed several individuals wearing clothing associated with the Outlaws Motorcycle Club repeatedly attacking one victim inside the establishment. Detectives worked diligently gathering evidence to establish significant probable cause. With the cooperated effort, arrest warrants were issued for all 6 suspects were taken into custody just over 24 hours of the warrants being issued. One of the suspects arrested while delivering materials to a tank plant in Lima, Ohio. Another was taken into custody at his workplace in Huntington County. 3 other were apprehended at either their place of employment or their residence in Allen County. The final suspect, found hiding in a lake property in Stebbing County. 6 individuals are facing, but not limited to, criminal reckless strangulation. That's a bad charge. Battery resulting in serious bodily injury. Additional charges may follow. So they might hit them with more charges. And you never know. The feds might build a case and ding these guys. This case shows how law enforcement agencies work together to achieve fast and effective results. There is no place for violence like this in the community. The original video has been preserved as evidence. They probably took that dude's phone. Whoever recorded it, they have his phone. I guarantee it. It will not be released at this time. Anyone with any additional footage is encouraged to contact investigators. The bar owner's boyfriend is among 6 who have been arrested on the May 30th beating, which was caught on a viral video. Justin Werndt, who had been identified as the suspect who threw the first punch at Simmons. So It is not looking good for these guys. And it doesn't say if they were bonded out or what their bond amount is, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Nah, I got something big, man. Big boy blue. I got something really good in the works. I'm trying. It's going to be nice. Can't stop thinking about this bike, man. I need it. Yeah, but they weren't charged with a hate crime. So, but they might up the charges. They might up the charges and put a hate crime on it. Who knows? They were charged with strangulation. It's a bad charge. And they were charged with battery resulting in serious criminal injury and criminal recklessness. Let's see what that charge carries. All right. Criminal recklessness. You will receive 180 days in prison for that. So let's tally it up, right? Case elevated to a felony, it could result in 2 to 6 years. So, all right, let's see here. Strangulation, you will get 6 months to 2.5 years in prison for that one. So that's not really too much jail time yet, right? Battery resulting in serious bodily injury. See this one. I think that's probably the worst one. Yup, it is. 3 to 16 years in prison. And I looked up how much time will they get in Indiana Indiana. So that charge alone carries 3 to 16 years in prison. So if you add it all up, they're looking at about close to 20 years in prison. This wasn't racially motivated. Dude wouldn't pay his bill, so they beat him up. No big fucking deal. Justice system is a joke. 100% it is, Chris. It was uncalled for them to do that, though. There was too many guys on one guy. They didn't have to do it like that, you know? Yeah, and he's going to sue them. So, matter of fact, I almost forgot to tell you guys. I got a message yesterday from one of the people that were around the situation, right? And they said that this guy, Simmons, is an outlaw supporter. He knows all these people. I guarantee you, because he didn't want to press charges at first. He knows them all. He did not want to press charges. He said no to the police. And I guess he's a longtime outlaw MC supporter. And then all these activists get involved, right? Now all of a sudden he's suing and wants to press charges. So I think they swayed him to do that. The guy in the background yelled the N-word, 100%. Yeah, I definitely seen that. It wasn't the people with their cuts on yelling that word. It was somebody in the background. And they keep saying that it was racially more. I don't think it had anything to do with him being black. I think it had to do with everyone drinking, and it could have been a white guy, and they would have did the same thing to him. You know, damn right, Mark. Pack mentality. Once one does it, they all go. There's no such thing as a fair fight when it comes to the MC world, I believe. Come on, everyone knows that. Money, it's all about money, 100%. I think those activists persuaded this man to sue him and get some money because he didn't want to do any of that shit before. He didn't want to press charges. He just wanted to let it go away. And then you see him. It looks like he doesn't even want to talk when he's doing the press conference. So I don't think he wanted to press charges until all these activists started like, come on, let's press charges and make some money, you know? Definitely, I think that's what happened. I got the video of the victim speaking. Let's play that now.
Tonight with continuing coverage of the viral attack on a man at Pike's Pub. This afternoon, the victim in that video spoke to the media for the first time. Fox 55's David Tillmans has more details.
I'm here outside the Allen County Courthouse where earlier this afternoon, Carlton Lynch, a pastor and activist, spoke alongside James Simmons, the man who was seen attacked in that viral video out of Pike's Pub last week. The video shows Simmons being assaulted by a group of men wearing jackets for the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. Simmons arrived at the press conference today after meeting with investigators, and he hopes for the investigation to look not only into the assault itself and his attackers, but also into the involvement of the owners of Pike's Pub.
See, these activists told him, you could get a lot of money from this. Don't let this go. He did not want to press charges when all this transpired. But then he gets involved with these activists, and they're like, this is a payday, man. And the bar owner doesn't condemn the shit in any way, you know? Well, they do fair ones when it's a guy within the club fighting one another. Yeah, that's about it, Chris. But when it's, hey, listen, one goes, they all go. You know? There ain't no, let them fight fair now. What happens when a guy's fighting one of their brothers and starts beating him? What then? They're going to let the guy beat him? No, that's never going to happen. Never. The best way to not have a problem with an MC is to keep a distance. So allegedly, this guy was a longtime supporter of the Outlaws. So, I mean, things are coming out that people weren't aware of. I guarantee you this guy probably wore support shirts and everything. And now he wants to sue. It's crazy. Insane. Oh shit, I almost forgot. Gonna talk about this too. The football player that's wanted for attempted murder at the Aiden Ross boxing match. Remember that? Fly Soldier, the doofy dude, and his brother. I think it was his brother that were boxing each other, right? Or someone else. It was one of them doofuses fighting someone else. And this guy ended up pulling out a gun and shooting at some people. Remember that? Well, looks like shit's catching up to him because he is wanted for attempted murder. Let me get you guys this story. I can't believe this guy got away. That's crazy. The guy that went and killed these lawmakers, he gets away? Like, what the hell? His name's Antonio Brown. He's a former NFL star. We're going to get into this story. Antonio Brown wanted for attempted murder. Former NFL star Antonio Brown reportedly wanted on attempted murder charges in Miami. Oh, man. Authorities in Miami have issued an arrest warrant for former NFL star Antonio Brown on a charge of attempted murder, according to court documents. The warrant for Brown, 36 years old, was reportedly signed by a judge on Wednesday, June 11th in Miami-Dade County, stemming from a shooting in May during a celebrity boxing match. So listen, when he has his bond hearing after they pick him up, it will be televised. Remember when, what's his name? O'Gene Simpson? This guy?
To the door.
I did this to the door. I pushed the door in. I did this to the door. I did this to the door. I did this to the door. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in.
In this Airbnb, right?
Yes, I pushed the door.
And whose card is on file here?
Yours. But I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix the door for you.
So if I get charged for this,
you're not being charged.
I'm suing you. I'm taking you to court.
Fixing you. I did this to the door.
Remember that Dingleberry? Yeah, they had his arraignment was filmed at Miami-Dade, and the same thing's gonna happen with this guy. So he's in some deep shit. So it was a celebrity boxing match. The warrant reportedly lists a charge of attempted murder with a firearm. Brown's bond is listed at $10,000 and requires him to remain under house arrest until a pending trial, the outlet reported. Brown's agent did not immediately return a request for comment. The shooting happened on Saturday, May 16th, around 3 a.m. local time after a boxing event hosted by streamer Aiden Ross. Video footage from the evening captured by a witness shows the retired wide receiver throwing punches during an altercation with multiple people. In a moment from the scuffle, Brown can be seen falling over alongside a security guard who he proceeded to kick. A person can be heard telling Brown that the man is a security guard in the video footage. The alleged shooting happened when Brown and others moved to an alley nearby. The video shows Brown running towards the group of people holding something in his hand. Seconds before a loud sound resembling gunshots can be heard, and the crowd fled. It is not clear who fired the shots in the video. In another angle of the incident, bystanders reacted, "Oh my God, he has a gun," one individual said in a clip, seconds before assumed gunshots were heard. Brown was seen in handcuffs after the incident, but Miami police confirmed that no arrests were made that evening. According to the two reports, the warrant for Brown was signed on Wednesday, says that patrons at the scene told officers that former NFL star was one who fired the shots, so they ratted on him quick. The warrant also reportedly said Brown had no weapon on him when officers patted him down at the scene, but 2 spent shell casings and an empty gun holster were discovered by investigators. Brown addressed the incident on Ross's Kick stream on X, claiming he had been jumped by multiple individuals at the event and suffered from CTE. "I got CTE. I blacked out," he said on the stream. "I blacked out, Aiden. I don't know what happened." Oh, man. On May 17th, a statement on X, Brown wrote regarding the boxing event that happened that night. "I was jumped by multiple individuals who tried to steal my jewelry. and cause me physical harm. Contrary to the video circulating, police temporarily detained me until I told my side of the story, and then they released me. I went home that night and was not arrested, he said. He added that he will consult with legal counsel and an attorney on pressing charges on the individuals that jumped me, he said, and promised to keep his followers posted step by step of the process of him cooperating with law enforcement. That is crazy. You can't make this shit up. Mr. Gangster, right? Big gangster wants to cooperate. Oh, shit. You guys love that video, huh? He did that to the door? Yeah, he did.
This is Dominic Sicali.
I did this to the door. I did this to the door. I did this to the door. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in. I pushed the door in.
In this Airbnb, right?
Yes, I pushed the door
And
in.
whose card is on file here?
Yours. But I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix the door for you.
To the door.
I did this to the door. I pushed the door in.
You ruined it.
You fucking ruined it. I appreciate all you guys. I hope you have a good, safe weekend. If you're on a motorcycle, be cautious of the cars. And if you're driving a car, be cautious of the motorcycles. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I got some really good content on the way. Tonight, part 5 of the former outlaw and the former Hells Angel. We got a lot more content on the way. Hope you guys like it. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks. And I'm going to bring you the best content possible. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.